Okay, good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the Monday, August 18th, 2025 Board of Education meeting to order at 7:03 PM. We'll begin with reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay, we will move on to our missions statement. Liz, you got it? Awesome. Do you mind reading that for us?
I'd be happy to.
Thank you.
The Orange Elementary School District recognizes that the education of each child is the shared responsibility of every member of our community. Our goal is to inspire and empower each student to achieve academic excellence, embrace social and individual responsibility, and lead with integrity. We believe all individuals should be valued and treated with respect. Together, we will make a difference.
Thank you for that. We'll go ahead and do board introductions. We will start with Amanda.
Amanda Zapatka.
Anthony Scarinzi.
Ronette James.
Carmen Rodriguez.
Liz Tremper.
Betty Hadlock.
Susan Riccio.
Jeff Cap.
Tatiana Messina Mullen.
Good evening, Ken Ziman.
Okay. Public participation. Do we have any public participation this evening? If so, please step to the podium and state your name and address. Sure? I'm going to give you the opportunity. Okay. I know. I get thrilled when we have customers. Okay, moving on to item number 3, our consent agenda. I need a motion to accept the first item under the consent agenda. The first item was the minutes from the June 16th, 2025 Board of Education meeting. Do I have a motion to accept the minutes from the June 16th, 2025 Board of Education meeting? Anthony, Susan, any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Abstained? Got him? We got it, good? Okay. Okay, we're good. Thank you. We will move on to our next item, the superintendent's report. Dr. Scarpetti, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Cap. Good evening, board members and everyone at home. I'd like to welcome all of you back to the 25-26 year. Speaking with some board members before, it feels like we haven't left, even though we just took a little break. I know since I've arrived here, it's something that has been shared with me, where once the Fireman's Carnival has happened, summer's over, I've heard that. And I've kind of grown accustomed of people saying, I'm like, yeah, it's basically true, once that happens. So in any case, we are started, we've begun in many ways. And again, by the way, congratulations to the Fireman's Carnival. They celebrated the 100th anniversary this past year. So thank you for their service. The parent-student handbooks were sent out this past Friday, and students received notice of who their teachers are. So I'm sure there was a lot of conversations amongst families with regards to that. Teachers return officially this Wednesday, August 20th. Though as many of our teachers do every year, they come in early to get ready to prepare for their classrooms. So again, we appreciate their efforts. Convocation is August 20th on Wednesday. I know all of you are not able to make it, but for those that are able to, we appreciate it. If you haven't decided yet, if you could please contact Darlene to let us know. We want to make sure we hold a seat for you then. In addition to on August 20th is a big day. We also have the bus driver breakfast. That's different than the breakfast that we hold for our bus drivers. That's with BOA, Bethany Orange and Woodbridge and Amity. That'll be held at Amity. I've asked Mr. Gray to attend that since I'll be at the convocation. Speaking of transportation, Wednesday, again, on the 20th, the bus routes are being released to parents. That will be on the school website. And again, stepping a little since school will begin before our next board meeting, we always ask parents to be patient that day. there's a large phenomenon of families taking pictures in front of the school buses, so we ask them to be patient. And Mr. Gray may do a little bit more of an update with the transportation with regards to changes if they happen to occur. In addition to that, I know our chairs of subcommittees will be sharing next subcommittee meeting, so that's in effect too. We want to thank a bunch of people. I know people may think summer is a break, and even though it is a break, the district is actually, a lot of hustle and bustle goes on. So custodians, we want to extend gratitude to them. As we've shared in the past, there's a process that we've used where typically we have 2 custodians per each school, and they take care of the schools. Some years ago, we've actually put all the custodians together at one school. It's created consistency. I mean, what's done at one school in every classroom is done at all schools. The only school that had a custodian is Peck because we had our summer sessions there. But again, thank you to the custodians. In addition to that, thanks to Park and Rec, they help with besides helping throughout the year, they help during the summer getting our schools ready. Our central office staff, preparing resources, materials for the professional learning that's going on. Some things that will happen in the future. I think Mr. Scorinzi is going to share the next building and grounds meeting. I've asked Mr. Gray to do a presentation on it next month, but along with that, we also did a technology audit, which Mr. Armstrong will be presenting in October. So a lot is to come. I already thanked the Highway Department, the police, Detective Bailey and Detective Artabane. They meet with us. We go over that. Anything as a reminder, if we have to discuss that, we go into executive session because that's our confidential information with regards to our safety and security. But with regards to our safety and security, I want to share about our school security officers. Last year, they had the professional learning when school was in session, meaning the state, and that's required. Because of feedback given by districts, they actually changed the date. They actually had the professional learning, so they don't have to leave school when kids are in session. In addition to that, we gave feedback regarding what the agenda items should be. So now it's more related to schools versus generic topics. So thanks and kudos to the state for listening and making those changes. Smarter Balance Assessment. Those scores are out, so students will be, or parents will be receiving the individual student scores the first week of September. However, the aggregate school results are not available publicly yet. So when they are, we will share that at our subcommittee meeting. Other few announcements. Jamie Hulley Arts Foundation, I always like to promote that. Again, funds they receive impact our students. They have an annual evening for the Arts Gala. That's on Saturday, September 6th at Fairfield University. We have information on our website, so if anyone's interested, please support the Jamie Hulley Foundation. It directly impacts our students. And I do want to end on just keeping a thought of a family, the Torello family. They've actually lost, so just so everyone knows, the Torellos, they are owner-operators of a bus company. And sometimes it gets confusing because they're both named Joe, but there's Joe Jr., which is the dad. He lost his wife the other week. So if you could just keep that family in your thoughts and prayers. But other than that, I want to thank you again and welcome all of you back, and we look forward to having our students back on Monday, August 25th. And for parents that are watching, please remember those first 2 days are early release days. And that's my report, Mr. Cap.
Thank you for that. Any questions for Dr. Scarpetti? No? Okay. We'll move over to Mr. Gray.
Good evening, everyone. I'll begin with a summary of our grants as of July 30th. We have 2 grants that are sunsetting this year, so they were 3-year grants. The first 2 years, both of these grants were funded at 100%. This year, the grants are funded at 70%. The first grant is the Summer Mental Health Grant, and that is to provide mental health programs to students who attend our summer programming. So this year, that grant is in the amount of $35,000. The next grant is the mental health specialist. Again, this is the grant that pays for a social worker in district, so this gives us a second social worker in district. And that was paid in full for the first 2 years, the salary of this person. This year, 70% of that salary is being funded. We did build into our budget, if you recall back in our workshops, we did build in 30% of that salary into the budget. And then next year, we would absorb 100% of that if we continue to move forward with that social worker. And finally, our Title III, consolidated Title III grant, which is an $18,225 grant that is to be used for programming and instruction for assistance of students who are English learners. We've spent about $2,700 of that grant, so still quite a bit of that left remaining for this year, $15,475 still remaining. You may recall from our June meeting, there was a question, I'm not sure who asked, but there was word from the U.S. Department of Education that informed our state education agency that all of the grant funding, $6.8 billion, was being withheld. On July 31st, on July 30th, those funds were released. So all of our grants that are funded through that, Title I, Title II, Title III, Title IV, are fully funded. So I just wanted to make sure you had that information. A portion of American Rescue funds were being used by the state of Connecticut to provide free lunch at zero cost to students eligible and qualified for reduced price meals in 23-24. That was then carried along to last year, 24-25. As of July of this year, 2025, the state of Connecticut will no longer provide free school meals to students who qualify for reduced lunch through the STAR Funds program. So in the 25-26 school years, the families of students who previously received free lunch because they qualified for reduced lunch will now go back to the 40 cents for lunch. Any families listening at home, some families are direct certified, so free lunch happens year after year. Some families will need to recertify. By the 30th day of school, they will receive some notification of that. And same with reduced price lunches. But we also ask any family that feels they may qualify for free or reduced lunches that they do apply for it. It doesn't hurt to apply to find out if you do qualify. Every little bit helps, and anybody can go to our website. And if you go to Food Services tab, there are some resources there. There's an application, and there's also a chart of the incomes, the qualifying incomes for free and reduced lunches based on family size. As far as budget, the 25-26 budget in the amount of $24,214,154 was uploaded into our Munis financial system on June 30th. So we are now in the 25-26 budget cycle. And Dr. Scarpetti and I just the other day started talking about the 26-27 budget cycle. So right now we're living in 3 different years. It gets a little confusing, but our budget for 25-26 has begun. The audit for the educational financial system reporting has kicked off. That kicked off back in June, actually. The auditors have been in during the summer, during the month of July and August, and they will continue coming in right up until usually the end of November when they have all their information and they finalize the report in December. So we're looking for that by December 31st. Again, the state did change the due date for this audit to January, but we like to see our audit finished in December. So I will continue to update you on that. And as Dr. Scarpetti mentioned, with transportation, our bus routes are being finalized and will be posted Wednesday to the Board of Education website. Families can find that by going to www.oess.org and going to your own school tab. And then there's a tab under your school called Bus Information. That's where the bus routes will be. Be sure to review your child's bus stop location. There may be modifications from last year's route due to changes in enrollment and grades of children. We tend to gravitate toward a stop on the same street for younger children as opposed to 5th and 6th graders. And from time to time, there are some last-minute circumstances which require changes, so it's always good to look at that bus stop route. Parents should also plan, as Dr. Scarpetti said, on being at the bus stop about 10 minutes early for the first couple of days until the drivers get their routine down. As I said, some of these routes do change from year to year, so a driver's routine changes a little bit, and until they get that under control, it might be a few minutes here or there. If your stop is 8:04, the first few days, it may be 8:02, it could be 8:07. So just being ready for that, being out there a few minutes early. And you may wait a little bit on the first couple of days, in the morning and in the afternoon, because again, we're getting into the routines, but the first few days, it's a lot of photos getting on the buses. So please be patient with that. We know that sometimes it could be frustrating, but after the first week or so, that settles down quite a bit. That's the business and operations portion of my report.
Does anyone have any questions before he goes? Yeah.
If families have questions about the bus routes, would you?
Sorry, I had that. They should call the school principal if they have questions.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for asking that question because I did have that on there.
And I'm just curious, what is the cost of lunch this year?
$3.40 stayed the same. You're welcome.
Hi, Mr. Gray.
Hi.
So I think I just misunderstood. You're saying that the free lunch program has ended, and so lunches will be 40 cents? Or are families, can they still qualify for the free lunch?
They can still qualify for free lunch. What these funds were doing were they were giving free lunch to students who qualified for reduced price.
I see.
So now that those funds are no longer available, reduced will go back to 40 cents.
I understand. Thank you for clarifying.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? All right.
So the facilities portion of the report, as Dr. Scarpetti asked, I will be providing a detailed report, which is going to outline all the contracted maintenance and school projects, improvement projects that took place over the summer during the annual facilities presentation next month. But I did want to take a moment to reiterate what Dr. Scarpetti said about our custodians. All the bulk cleaning was completed last week. The custodians have now gone back to their own buildings, and they're doing some odds and ends that still need to be finished before children come in on Monday. But I really want to thank our custodial and maintenance staff for all of their hard work during the summer. It builds camaraderie that they're all together and they're working together. It provides consistency across the buildings of how our buildings are being cleaned. And they work really hard. Those buildings in the summer, when it's humid out, are not a fun place to be. They're moving furniture out of every single room. They empty them, they clean them, and they move all the furniture back in. So it's really a monumental task that they get done. And as anyone who comes along during our visits, you'll see the work they do. So kudos to them. I want to thank the Fire Marshal's Office. I'm currently conducting the annual inspections with Fire Marshal Jamie Vincent. We completed 2 schools today, and we'll complete 2 schools tomorrow. Fire Marshal's Office is really great with us, giving us information on what we should and shouldn't have in classrooms and making sure that everything is safe and up to code. So thank you to them. Park and Rec, I'd like to thank Chris Small and his crew for the work this summer, keeping up with our lawns and shrubbery and the weeds. The weeds really grew a lot this summer with the humidity and the heat. So thanks to Chris and the guys for taking care of that. And as always, Donnie Foyer and the Highway Department. And Mr. Cifarelli, he's out there on the sides of all of our driveways, chopping down the big bushes and weeds that grow during the summer. So thank you to them as well. And
Mr. Cifarelli, the finance person.
I'm sorry, that's his brother. So thank you to all of those people, and looking forward to a great school year. So thank you. Thank you to the other Mrs. Cifarelli, of course.
All right, thank you for that. Questions?
It seems so obvious in retrospect, but the way the custodians work out this summer is terrific, and that was Mr. Gray's inspiration.
From Dr. Scarpetti, actually.
Okay, we can pass it along, that's fine.
He likes to get the credit along, so.
I don't need any credit.
All right, thank you for that report. We'll move over to Dr. Russo.
Is this on already? Okay. So welcome, everyone. I'd like to share some of our professional planning and learning sessions that we have coming up for Welcome Back. We actually started this morning with new staff. Everybody left today with their Chromebooks, their laptops, their badges, and all ready to begin another session tomorrow that's content-oriented with English language arts in the morning and math in the afternoon. So they're kind of caught up with the context of what we do here, and then they'll be ready for our convocation on Wednesday, as Dr. Scarpetti said. So Wednesday, once we begin those sessions, the K through 3 teachers will be meeting together to go over all of the revisions that we worked on to our foundational skills over the summer, just so that everybody's on the same page and no one feels overwhelmed about the task and what we need to do. Those revisions were created because of feedback and student observations and our data teams. So we're excited about that. While the K through 3 teachers are engaged in that work, 4 through 6 teachers will be working on familiarizing themselves with new math resources that we are going to be integrating into our curriculum. We did have sessions at the end of the year last year to familiarize people so that it wouldn't just be brand new for the beginning of the year. I think we shared that at the last board meeting. Teachers were able to take those resources home so that they could look at them over the summer, but now we will have another refresher and make sure that everybody has what they need to get started. And then when we switch in the afternoon, the K through 3 teachers will work on the math, and the 4 through 6 teachers are going to engage in transition meetings. So that's now Wednesday's done. Thursday, everyone is going to report to their home schools. Principals have prepared similar agendas with the same content, but they have, varying schedules. We did share our professional learning calendar with everyone, and if you look at the agenda for Wednesday and Thursday, you'll see the actual details for each school. So let's see, so that's that. And then Monday and Tuesday, when we have half-days, we will engage in continuing our work with language comprehension, but with a new special focus on vocabulary, and we are really excited about that work. So that's happening Monday afternoon with K through 3, and then Tuesday with grades 4 through 6, and on Tuesday, the K through 3 teachers will also engage in a refresher with Amplify, which is the digital version of DIBELS, which stands for the Dynamic Indicators of Basic Early Literacy Skills. So, and they're familiar with all those assessments because they've administered them. They used to be paper and pencil, but now they'll be digital due to the Right to Read grant and funds that we received from the state. And I believe that that concludes my report for this evening.
Thank you for that. Any questions?
I'm not sure if this is a little premature, but with the new programs for the language arts and the math, are you guys going to be offering any parent workshops on how to help their students with assignments or homework?
Yes, we definitely are we actually not thinking about it. We want to do that because the work that we're going to be engaging in with vocabulary, everybody can help. And I wish I had that when I was a parent and my kids were younger, so definitely yes.
Thank you.
Of course.
I know you said that there was new staff orientation curiosity. How many new staff are there in total?
Well, today we had 12 faculty members, but it was a variety of district permanent subs because we want our district permanent subs to be just as prepared so that they can fill in and not miss a beat. We had some student teachers, we had special education teachers, and new library media specialists, so today it was about 10? Yeah.
Is there any orientation for new paraprofessionals or aides?
We do have we have sessions for paraprofessionals for back to school, and our aides are invited, but we also, at the beginning of the year, provide lots of additional training for the aides.
And I know, maybe, I'm just curious, the summer program success, is there anything you want to tell us about the number of students who attended, or?
So we did have ESY. Mrs. Ito will share more of that information, but we did have for Camp Invention, I believe 70 students come
Okay.
for 2 weeks, and they really enjoyed it. I got a lot of great feedback from that.
Excellent, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? No? Okay, thank you again. Okay, we will move on to board business. We have 4 policy second reads to go over here and approve. So, number 1, policy second read, Orange Board of Education Policy 4135.1-4235.1, Personnel Certified, Non-Certified Agreement. Do I have a motion to accept the Orange Board of Ed Policy 4135.1, 4235.1, Personnel Certified, Non-Certified Agreement? Susan, second. Ronette, questions? Anything? All in favor? And that's unanimous. Okay. Number 2, policy second read, Orange Board of Education Policy 4147-4247, Personnel Certified, Non-Certified Employee Safety. Do I have a motion to accept the Board of Ed Policy 4147-4247, Employee Safety? I don't know who was first, I'm sorry. I'm going to go with Betty, though. Anthony, second. Any questions? All in favor? Unanimous. Okay. Number 3, policy second read, Orange Board of Education Policy 5131.1. Do I have a motion to accept the Orange Board of Ed Policy 5131.1, Students Bus Conduct? Carmen, first. Amanda, second. Any discussions? No? All in favor? Unanimous again. And the 4th one, policy second read, Orange Board of Ed Policy 6156, Instruction, Use of Computers in Instruction. Do I have a motion to accept the Orange Board of Ed Policy 6156, Instruction, Use of Computers in Instruction? Ronette, Betty, second. Any discussion? All in favor? And that's unanimous again. Thank you. Okay, we'll move on to standing committees, Finance and Operations. Susan.
The Finance and Operations Subcommittee met prior to this meeting. I'm always looking for people to join us if they'd like to. There's my little cell feature. We have a great team, but always could use more. As Mr. Gray already mentioned, we closed out the 24-25 year as of the end of June. Really happy to know that the auditors are working hard, and they'll get done hopefully by the end of December or close to it. July opened, one thing to note is we are basically 99.9% spent on the 24-25 budget or encumbered. So certain things that have not been paid yet, but we know we have to pay. So that's all good news, and we were within budget, obviously. Just saying. July opened the 25-26 financials, and if you reviewed the financials, you'd see there really weren't a whole lot of transactions other than encumbering salaries for teachers predominantly. And I think that's about it.
Any questions? No? Okay. Personnel, Policy, Transportation. Betty.
Yes, our committee has not met since June, and I know that we need to. We have no first read policies right now, and because of the first day of school next Monday, and Labor Day the following Monday, finding a date to meet was not that easy, but I am hoping that between Mr. Ziman and myself, we can come to some agreement of perhaps September 8th being a day for our committees to meet. Okay. And information about that will be coming to you, and once that's set. I'll look forward to meeting with our committee.
Excellent. Buildings and ground, any questions, actually? I'm sorry. Okay, moving over to buildings and grounds. Anthony?
Thank you, Mr. Cap. We also didn't meet since probably June. But our next meeting is going to be August 27th at 4:30 at MLT. All are welcome. We'll be doing our tour of the schools, starting at MLT and then on to the other ones. Looking forward to it. Anyone wants to go?
Anyone have any questions? Okay, curriculum.
Just
Oh,
wanted,
go ahead.
should we let you know if we're coming, Anthony? Or
You can
do
just
we
show
need-
up.
Okay, all right. So, no, we're going to do a little caravan or,
I remember last year, I think we just kind of followed each other.
Okay,
But
all
I
right.
mean, I'm sure we can carpool.
okay, so 4:30 at Mary L. Tracy.
Right. I'm not
Thank-
buying dinner, so. I'm not to RSVP.
Thank
Now
you.
we're going.
Sorry.
Thank
Jeff might.
Cheapo.
And if I may, Mr. Cap?
Yeah.
And as always, if you can't make it but would like to see the schools, please reach out to my office and we'll set up a private tour.
Curriculum, instruction, technology. Ken?
Once again, what has become tradition at the Orange Board of Ed, my speech was given by Mrs. Hadlock.
Any questions? Okay, we'll move over to ACES. Susan?
ACES generally does not meet during the summer, but we did meet August 6th because we have a bunch of construction going on. We had to approve things for Wintergreen Interdistrict Magnet School. We had to approve things for ACES at Chase and for 88 Bassett Road. So that was a meeting we did not have a July meeting. The August meeting was August 6th. And we actually had a quorum, which was great. And we also approved the resolution for a DEEP grant that we received. So it was also great. Our next board meeting for ACES is September 11th. That's it.
Thank you. Any questions? Okay. Moving on to our next item, which is adjournment of the meeting. Motion? Wow. I mean, that I think was literally a tie. I mean, I don't know who to go with on that one, but, okay, Liz, Carmen, second. Any discussion in this? All in favor? Unanimous. Okay, meeting is adjourned at 7:35. Thank you, everyone, and have a good school year.